Welcome to Tales of the Conquest, where stories are told and legends unfold. Sit down and grab some of Serpenthal's finest mead. This is Tales of the Conquest. Today we are exploring the story of Youricous Vollenhied, and how he single-handedly took over all 17 kingdoms of Serpenthal. This takes place nearly 2,000 years before the era of Drulis, during the era of Rain. We start back to where he was born in the kingdom of Varenhal. As a boy, he was unnaturally tall, and by 9 years old he was over 6 feet in height. As a child, he would hear stories of his father Valsfir and his conquests, leading him to join his father in the Valenhal army by 14. Looking up to his father as a general, he found a newer respect for him and hoped to be as good as a general as he was. But this title would come sooner than he had hoped. Drama started to rise between Varenhal and a kingdom known as the Thorn Kingdom, leading to a great war lasting 4 years. Finally, the war ended, as General Valsfir was beaten, soon died to his son's arms. After this, Youricous took the title of general, where he promised to unite each kingdom under one. Now we get to the more interesting aspect. Fulfilling his promise would be hard, as said in this quote.
While the thought is hard, and the task is even harder, I will unite Serpenthal under one, and under me, Youricous.
For his first plan, he set out to drive the Thorn King's army out of their kingdom, by sending a group of 200 men through the back, running them out. Now for this next part, you must understand the Wall of Youricous. The Youricous' wall, I will point out, is how it was made. First, the wall took 5 years to build, and spans 800 yards, which is about 8 football fields, and is 200 yards tall. Once it was built, Youricous put 3 quotes on it.
My beginning starts with blood, but shall end in peace. We will go after all 17 kingdoms of Serpenthal and end political pain.
This is the first quote on his wall, and the other 2 quotes will be scriptured onto the wall throughout his life. Anyways, back to his rise of power. The Thorn Kingdom's army, or what was left of it, realized they were at a disadvantage. Then reinforcements from the Wall of Youricous soon arrived. Outmatched, they tried retreating, but failed, and all of them were soon killed, as the rest stormed into the castle, killing each noble. Then Youricous sat down on the blood-filled throne, taking the Thorn Kingdoms as his own. Through this time, he went to multiple kingdoms, threatening to raid their city, if they didn't kneel to their new ruler. One of the most noteworthy lines of his are,
You either give up your crown and your forces, or all 200,000 of my men will burn your kingdom.
Please, maybe a deal could be arranged, and you could take some profit.
No! You choose now to give up, or we will plunder your home, leaving it an empty husk of what it was. The great trading city of Alaka will be dust. Do you understand?
Youricous was not the man to fuck with. While originally there were 17 kingdoms, his conquest ended with only 14 left on the map. While he had successfully united the kingdom, there was a group of 5 kingdoms who plotted against him. They were called the Undergarden. The Undergarden consists of 5 kingdoms known as Snowspire, the kingdom at the top of the rebellion, and Cavenhost, considered a smaller kingdom, but by them cutting off their crop trade with the Thorn Kingdom and Valenhal, they left these kingdoms with a lack of fresh crops and soon leaving its people unsatisfied. Then we have the Farewells Coast. This kingdom was primarily known for its fishing docks, and having the most fish in the area than any other kingdom. But also they had a major water purification system, which left most of the Serpenthal's people thirsty. The other kingdoms were Daxel Rails and Ice Rhine. Soon after Youricous heard of the underground, he made a plan to take down each kingdom. But suddenly, while preparing his troops at his wall, they all heard a flapping noise. Youricous made all his men hide in the shadows of the wall, while he climbed to the top, where a dragon the size of his wall awaited there. An epic battle ensued, leading to an epic victory for Youricous.
Yeah, none of that was true.
Anyways, now that's out of the way. While Youricous did fight something on that wall, it wasn't a dragon. It was a large griffin the size of 3 horses. Youricous made it out alive while slightly injured, and he led his army to Daxarelies, where he slaughtered every soldier that came in his way. Soon after this, he had learned what some of his men had done to the women in the siege, and lined all 34 men up, chopping their heads off one by one. This goes to a quote he put on his wall.
While I love each one of my soldiers as they do I, no amount of begging or pleas will justify rape, child murder, and blatant moral disrespect as my rule.
He scribed this into his wall shortly after the executions. While he had pushed his rule to 40 years, he soon became weak from old age, and he took a travel to his wall where he wrote his last quote.
I swore to my land and to my father that I will unite it all. I did just that. Now remember my past. Now I feel empty, my life full of glory. Why am I so lonely? I pushed away my only chance at love. I could have had a higher. Soon, I'm nothing but a distant glare.
Soon after writing this, he would find his men slaughtered at the wall. Then he would be assassinated by a drage known as Youricous, starting off the era of the Drage.